And for a little while, all was well. Until one day when I heard her leave her room by herself, I realized that after months of living together I had never once heard or seen a single one of the men she brought home leave the apartment. Now normally one could chalk that up to me leaving for work early and just not being there when they left. But the thing is, I work from home. I'm there all day, every day. So after that realization, I began to grow suspicious. From that point forward, every time she brought a guy home, I'd make it a point to wake up early the next morning and listen carefully all day for any sign of him leaving. But time and time again, whenever she brought a man home, I'd never hear or see him leave. Eventually I worked up the courage to ask my roommate about it. "Hey, did that guy from last night ever leave?" "Yeah," she replied. "He left in the morning. I was up in the morning and didn't hear anything." "Oh, right. Maybe it was in the middle of the night. I don't remember." Her answers were dismissive and suspicious, to say the least. I thought about calling the police but realized I had no proof that any of these men were actually disappearing or that any foul play was really going on. So, I did what any right-minded roommate would do, and rather than call the cops, I decided to investigate myself. One day after my roommate left the house, I installed a tiny surveillance camera that I'd ordered online in the hallway, aiming it at her bedroom door. Sure enough, the next time she brought a guy home, and I reviewed the footage, he never left her room the next day. So I confronted my roommate again. "Weird. I didn't hear the guy from last night leave." "No? Well, he definitely left." "I didn't hear anyone in the hallway." "Oh, he went out through the fire escape. He gets off on sneaking out, right?" I replied, not buying her excuse. So, I did the next thing any right-minded roommate would do and ordered another tiny surveillance camera. This time aiming it at the fire escape. Sure enough, the next time she brought a guy home and I reviewed the footage from both cameras, neither one captured him exiting her room. Left with no clues, I decided to forget about the mystery altogether. Once again donning a pair of headphones or turning up my speaker whenever my roommate would have someone over. Until one night when I just so happened to fall asleep without any music and heard screaming coming from her room. And not like sex screaming, like someone getting killed screaming. Knock, knock, knock. My roommate opened the door, shirtless and annoyed. "What's up? Everything okay in there?" "I heard screaming." "That's embarrassing. We were just, I'll tell him to keep it down." I tried to peek in to see if the guy was all right, but before I could look over her shoulder she had already shut the door. And, once again, I never heard him leave the next day. You can check if there is a part 2 by clicking share and more.